The place, Las Vegas, Nevada. The event, the 35th Annual World Series of Poker, where the toughest names in the game let the cash flow and the chips fly.
Yeah!
Tonight, the game ain't cheap, and neither is the talk.
I win this fight, I'm winning the tournament.
I'm hardcore. I'm just pure money.
Come on, get it! Go, Patty G!
I'm gonna shoot them all like a machine gun patty.
Be warned, it's not for the faint of heart.
They asked me who do I fear on a final. I don't fear anybody.
The Limit Hold'em circus is about to begin. Welcome to the 2004 World Series of Poker, brought to you by Miller High Life. Tonight, 9 hungry players will fight it out for over $325,000 and some serious bragging rights. Hello, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron alongside Norman Chad, and tonight we have a World Championship event for you in Limit Hold'em with a final table full of characters straight out of Central Casting, but the leading man, no doubt, Norm, has to be TJ Cloutier.
Lon, this World Series has been overrun by 20-somethings, but TJ hurled his old, creaky body in front of them in the Raz event, winning his first World Series bracelet since 1998. He'll go for his 6th overall tonight in a game he practically invented.
TJ Cloutier has over $3 million in World Series of Poker earnings. Amazing.
David Chiu was down to 4 chips earlier in this tournament and still made it here to the final table.
Jim McManus, author of that popular poker book, Positively Fifth Street, finished 5th in the main event in 2000. You're looking at the Miller High Life Pocket Cam and the whole cards of McManus and Ace King. And he will come out with 8,000 chips. Over now to Ellix Powers, probably one of the most interesting stories ever at a World Series of Poker, Norm.
An improbable rags to riches story, Lon. Homeless for a number of years and now has found a home at this championship table.
Ellix is going to raise 4,000. TJ and David Chiu will fold. There's John Hennigan. They call him World. He had a huge chip lead coming to this final table. He's a former U.S. poker champion. Couple of queens.
He just looks like a gambler, Lon. Looks like he's running a 3-card Monte game out on the street.
He's going to re-raise, so pushing back at Ellix Powers. Action over to McManus. He'll make the call. Ellix Powers beats him into the pot. So 3-handed as we go to the flop.
And 3 good hands.
9, 2, 10. Set of 9s for Ellix Powers.
Who shakes his head like he doesn't like it. I don't know about that.
And Johnny Hennigan will bet 4,000. McManus will fold.
Raise.
Oh, yeah. I never trust a guy who shakes his head and then raises. I had a rabbi who used to do that to me.
Johnny World will call. On the turn, it's a king. Hennigan checks.
Bet.
Powers, 8,000 now. Back to Johnny World Hennigan, and he'll call.
Hennigan can still win the hand with a queen or jack on the river.
Another king. Jim McManus would have had a set of kings had he stayed in the hand.
And that wouldn't have been good enough. Ellix Powers has made his full house, and he bets it.
And now the 8,000 bet to Hennigan. He will call it, and immediately Ellix Powers flips over his full house. Johnny World not a happy camper right now. And Ellix Powers picks up a very nice pot at this Texas Hold'em championship table.
I was very unhappy because I had Ace King and I got pushed out of the pot. Would have lost all my chips.
Yeah, you would have.
A good hand to get us underway. Here are the Miller High Life rules for Texas Hold'em. Each player is first dealt 2 down cards. A round of betting then occurs as players decide for the first time if they're in or they're out. Then come the community cards with the flop, the turn, and the river with a round of betting after each. In the end, the best 5-card combination wins the hand and takes the pot. This is event number 29 of 33 here at the World Series of Poker. Limit Hold'em, a $5,000 buy-in. Danny Dang, born in Vietnam, lives now in Whittier, California. And he has an ace-jack in the hole, and he will come out with 8,000.
Over to Patty Gallagher, along with Ellix Powers. She's probably the boldest player at this championship table, and she will fold.
Jim McManus also, and Tran folds at the end of the table. Jan Shovik and Ellix Powers also fold. Now to TJ Cloutier, the short stack at the table. Needs to make something happen. He's got ace-jack suited.
How many ace-jack suited do you think TJ has seen in his lifetime? I'm figuring somewhere around 8,000.
At the clock. David Chiu getting a wake-up call from Johnny World. David Chiu's in the hand.
I'm out.
Thank you, John. Now the flop comes 2, 6, 10. David Chiu, glad he woke up. He leads with the pair of eights.
Remember, we're playing limit hold'em rather than no limit. There are limits to how much you can bet each round, and the limits go up as the day wears on. And TJ, seeing both players in front of him check, decides, maybe I got the best hand, let me take it down right here, and he will bet.
David Chiu, I know, is looking at TJ's stack of chips, not his cards there.
I think he was looking at both.
Danny Dang will fold. And it'll be Chiu and Cloutier to the turn. 9 of clubs. David Chiu with a commanding lead.
Yes, the pair of eights are very good, plus he's even picked up a straight draw.
And David Chiu will bet 8,000 now to TJ Cloutier.
I'm on.
Boy, he must really want to go home. He only has a few chips left, but I'm surprised he wants to put them in right here.
There are eights, I got 2 overs, that's all.
Yeah, he's got 2 overs, but we only got 1 card left, and TJ's going to need an ace or a jack or he's gone.
It's a 5 of spades, and David Chiu wins the hand.
Good luck, guys. I never won a pot.
So TJ Cloutier walks away from his 36th final table of his World Series career. In 9th place, he'll take home $20,000, but I don't think we've seen the last of this great poker player here at the World Series.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly. This is the High Life, and in part by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized. And Harris Entertainment.
Limit Hold'em is a game. $5,000 is the buy-in. We are now down to 8 players at our championship table. And as we look at An Tran, he'll fold, as will Shovik. Now over to Ellix Powers. And he's looking at a suited queen 6.
Raise.
The limits have gone up to 5 and 10,000, though Ellix plays a game with no speed limit, Lon.
Table folds over to Danny Dang, who has the fewest chips at the table right now, and he raises to 10,000.
Well, he's got the cards he'd want with very few chips left, the ace-king suited.
And Danny Dang with about a 2-to-1 advantage right now over Ellix Powers, who will make the call and will be ready for the flop.
Let's go.
Oh, Danny's betting before the flop.
You're a bit in the dark, huh? You're a smart man.
Well, Dang's bet in the dark because he knows with just a few chips left, he's in for the rest of the hand.
And now the flop. Powers does pick up a club draw.
Put the rest in.
Well, he's put Danny Dang all in, and actually with the flush draw, Powers is a slight favorite right now.
Come on. Better boy. Give me a queen to be enough.
And now the turn. Ellix gets his flush.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
And Danny Dang has lost the hand, and he is out of this tournament.
Sorry.
Danny Dang, 8th place and $30,000 as he walks away, defeated by Ellix Powers. And though he may seem reckless to some, this man literally from the streets certainly knows what he's doing.
My name is Ellix John Powers. I'm the best black limit player in the world. That's all I can tell you.
Man, I'm gonna beat you sooner or later. I promise you.
Why am I so good? So I spent 30 years sleeping on the street. I'm a straight bum. I've lived on the street. I've held signs on the freeway. I've done everything I can to survive. I was playing poker for pennies. I lost $1,500 in pennies. A penny at a time. So when I started playing for real money, I had a little edge. I am a poker player. I don't have no other job. I wait for you to get off work. Come into a poker room. I'm gonna take your money. No questions asked. If you say something to me smart,
I thought you were trying to win it again.
I'm the ultimate guy with words. If you start it, I'm gonna finish it.
Is that a good hand?
And when you get done, you're gonna be so mad that you ain't gonna have no chips. If you start it,
96 is a good hand?
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Players like Ellix Powers have a knack of throwing other players off their game by how they act and what they say. It's sort of creative non-violence on their part.
I raise.
Oh, whoa! Ellix is putting money in the pot before the cards come out. You don't see that often.
It's legal, right? I can raise in the dark, right?
It's legal, but I'm not sure McManus and the others think it's kosher.
You better call floor, man.
Well, Johnny World wants to get an official ruling.
He's done nothing wrong. The ruling will be in Ellix's favor.
It's not live, it's a raise in the dark.
Yeah, it was his turn to act. He simply bet in the dark, which is fine.
Well, Ellix doing what he does best. He had everybody off balance before the cards were dealt. Now David Chiu. He's got a couple of sixes.
And he plays in a more conventional fashion. He actually looks at his cards first before raising, Lon.
Patty Gallagher still stunned at what Ellix did. She'll give it up, as will McManus.
That's what I like. 15,000. I gotta take a look at this.
So now Ellix will look at the cards. He's got a queen seven suited, and he's got a raise to deal with.
Wow. He liked his hand before he saw it, and now he likes his hand after he sees it, and I don't like it that much.
Chiu calls him.
Guys are playing too tight, man.
Anything compared to Ellix is too tight.
All right, on the flop, once again, Ellix has a club draw and a slight lead in the hand. And he'll bet 5,000.
Yeah, David's 2 sixes are still good, but Ellix does have the better draw.
With the call, now the turn card. And Ellix gets another queen now.
Wow, it's one of the cards that would really hurt David Chiu. A pair of queens taking the lead over the sixes.
10,000 now to Chiu. And he will call it.
Yeah. Bet in the dark.
Keep the pattern going, why not?
Chiu would love to see a 6 on the river to make Powers pay for that dark bet.
It's an ace of diamonds. Powers has the hand one if he stays in it. David Chiu now has a bet to call or not.
Thanks, David. Thank you. Thank you.
And David Chiu will fold. Ellix Powers takes another pot, and right now I think he's the only one happy at this table.
You're disrespecting the game.
Is I raise in the dark?
Yeah.
That's legal.
I know it's legal.
You think that's disrespect because I raise in the dark?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem, sir. That's my right, though.
It is your right.
I can
Absolutely, you're
raise in
right.
the dark anytime I want.
You got
I
that
might
right.
do it every time now.
Let the games begin.
The World Series of Poker presented by Miller High Life. Texas Hold'em.
Welcome back to the Horseshoe. Ellix Powers is on a nice rush. He's won a couple of nice tournaments in Los Angeles, having quite an impact here at this table.
Tired. I'm happy with 40,000.
And 40,000 would be what Ellix Powers ends up with as the short stack if he goes out right now. 7th place money.
I feel a connection with McManus because both of us write for a living.
Well, the difference being, Norm, he can actually write.
Can I see you outside, Lon?
Jim McManus acts with a queen 10 suited, bets 10,000.
I want to see you outside.
So Ellix is going to call, and the feud will continue between Ellix and Jim McManus. Here comes the flop. It's a bunch of undercards. Ellix in the lead with a king high to the queen high for McManus.
Yeah, no help for either one. Neither with a hand now, and both have checked.
On the turn now. And the 7 pairs aboard. McManus with a spade draw.
Ellix will take a stab at the pot with no hand. McManus should be raising or folding right here, but he has called.
The river card's a 5 of diamonds. And you see the check mark. Powers has the hand 1. Should he not fold? And he bets.
He's actually bluffing with the best hand, king high. Right now, McManus probably could take this pot down if he decides to raise Ellix. I gotta believe Ellix would lose it.
McManus only calls.
Wow, he called.
Oh, king wins? Oh. You call me with a jack high?
Well, actually, Ellix misread Jim's cards. He had a queen high.
It's amazing he called that, though.
Ellix Powers takes another pot.
You call me with a jack high. He called with a jack high.
Ellix should be cackling. That's a situation where McManus should have raised or folded. He let his emotions get the better of him. He decided to just call to make Ellix show his bad hand. He wanted to beat and embarrass it.
This guy's the nuts. I like him. He's good for poker.
He's good for poker.
Oh, I mean, seriously, this will be good.
How is it good?
You don't think he's good for poker?
No.
Well, a debate is fired up at the championship table, and meanwhile, Ellix has left the room, it looks like. Play will continue, though.
I raised him in the dark. You know what the guy told me? He told me I disgraced the game. I raised him in the dark in front of the line. He told me that I disgraced the game. Can you believe that?
I'm having fun. I never have fun. This guy's making me have fun.
Why not? Why is he not good for poker? Because poker's a beautiful game, and he's not even looking at his cards.
I disagree.
McManus is wrong, Lon. You can raise in the dark, you can sing Mary Had a Little Lamb and Pig Latin for all I care. It's poker.
Hey, he's so mad at me. He called with Jack High. He is so mad, he called with Jack High.
You got him on tilt, baby. You got him where you want it. You got the table tilted.
He's so mad he called with Jack High. Can you believe that? I ain't never called a guy with Jack High my whole life. I've been playing cards for 30 years. I ain't never called a guy with Jack High.
Well, it was actually Queen High.
Same difference.
Well, it's legal for Ellix to be out there jawing with his friends. They'll just take his blinds as they come around the table.
The guy's out there just doing it. He came in, he was talking yesterday. He said he had $90 on him. He was in the tournament. I like his story. Look at it, the guy's walking away. It's like $300,000. He's running away on the phone, using the phone. I don't even know where he is.
What is not good?
The man's got style.
You understand? If he finished 7, he got, $40,000. That's,
Well, what about 8th? What about 6th or 5th? That's.
Yeah, he ain't thinking about that. He's lucky.
If you had $40,000, right, would you be mad to win $40,000? That guy is actually mad. Actually, he's coming with Jack High. Jack High! You got $40,000 coming with Jack High.
All right, Ellix is done with the soapbox. He's ready to get back in and join our championship table.
Maybe he'll stop by the gift shop first and buy McManus's book and sign it for Jim.
Jim's thinking anything to delay Ellix's return to the table.
That's an understatement.
Can you call in your blind bet before you get to the table?
That's good.
David Chiu and the rest of the table very interested to see the light at the table return.
I don't know if Ellix is smiling about his phone call or he called me with Jack High.
Here, I raise.
Surprise! An ace-4 suited, and he'll raise to $10,000. David Chiu, after voicing his newfound respect for Powers, has a king-9, and he raises. The table folds.
Oh, man, the phone's ringing.
Go out, man.
Hold on. Raise.
He may never get back to that call.
I behave.
Back to David Chiu, who calls.
You're the only guy I can beat.
I know.
You're the only guy I can beat, man. Every time I get down, you pump me up. It's a true story.
David Chiu is very good-natured about Ellix's ribbing.
Go ahead.
Ellix checks. Ellix with the advantage. David Chiu bets and Ellix calls. And now the turn. It's a 10. A little hope for David Chiu.
Go ahead.
David Chiu bets 10,000. Powers calls. Now the river card. The 4 gives Ellix the best hand.
I got a pair.
In tournament poker, it's a no-no to discuss your hand.
I check. Call. Show me a pair.
You got it.
I got a pair. I can beat. I told you I can beat.
Ellix Powers has won another hand. I think he's got this whole table on tilt, Norm.
You know, Lon, when you have a lot of money or no money in real life, you do play differently than everyone else.
40,000. Hey, you can win $40,000 and you're mad. How can you get mad when you win 40 grand? It's impossible. Anybody get mad at winning 40 grand has got to be out of their mind.
Back at the Horseshoe event, number 29 of 33, the main event coming up shortly.
If I ever get on a rush, y'all in trouble.
Lon, if you can lend me the $10,000, I might play in the main event this year.
You already burned through your bankroll? Jim McManus and Ellix Powers are two antagonists at this championship table, about even in chips. As you'll look at McManus's hole cards, a couple of sixes, and that'll be worthy of 12,000 chips.
You see Antran getting up from the table. He started the day third in chips, but has found very little to play.
Over now to Ellix Powers. He's found a lot to play, no matter what his cards are.
He's keeping those same cards. It looks like a very familiar hand to me, the Queen 7 suited.
And he calls with 2 clubs.
Oh, my God.
Aren't refills free?
McManus in the lead slightly as we see the flop, and now 3 sixes for Jim McManus.
Yeah, from slightly to not so slightly, and Ellix checks.
Jim McManus bets.
Let's try 2 bets.
A raise from Ellix.
Ellix likes his pair of 7s, but McManus has the monster.
3 bets.
McManus has to be thrilled to have some sort of hand and try to take some chips from Ellix.
Let's try 4 bets.
Tournament rules allow for 5 bets per round. McManus could take the final one here.
Call.
He just calls. So McManus with the big advantage to the turn now. And now McManus's hand can't be beat.
I'm sorry.
Ellix will bet. Johnny World loves the Ellix Powers show. McManus raises.
And well, he should.
All right, you got me. You got the straight, you win.
A lot of hands beat Ellix's 7s right now. McManus has one of them.
And now the river card. And it's a 2, as mentioned. McManus has an unbeatable hand.
I check.
So McManus now for the bet. He reaches. Ellix beats him into the pot, and they flip the cards over, and McManus shows that he's got the best hand.
Good hand.
Thank you.
Good flop. Good hand.
Thanks.
Maybe they're warming up to each other.
Jim McManus exacts sweet revenge from Ellix Powers, taking down a big pot from his arch rival. John Hennigan loves to see this action at the table. He's a guy whose life has always been about big action.
I'm John Hennigan. I'm 34, and I live in Brigantine, New Jersey. Call me Johnny World. Some guys call me Noodles. I don't really know why. It used to be cornflakes when I played pool. And they said when I was younger and had hair, I looked like the kid on the cornflakes box. I played pool like from the time I was maybe 15 till when I was like 24. I was like making a lot of money gambling, and then, you know, once you get known in pool, you stop getting action. And, you know, I was always big on action, so I hit a certain level, and, you know, it just didn't seem like there was any future in it for me. I'd always played poker whenever I couldn't get a pool game in the pool room. When I just first started playing poker, I was playing like 16 hours a day and loving every minute of it. You know, and then as you're getting better and better, you're like proud of yourself. You're saying, boy, I'm really getting good at this, and now I'm pretty good. And I do like the big action, and the money's always big, and, you know, I like to gamble, so poker's like a good outlet for me.
Johnny World is our chip leader, almost 400,000. He has been in command of the chips for most of this 2-day tournament. Jan Sjovic, one of a huge contingent of Norwegians to play in this year's World Series of Poker, a Queen 8 suited.
Did he just sit down? I haven't seen him play. I mean, I know I take a lot of breaks, but I haven't seen him.
6,000. 6 and 12,000 of the levels right now in this limit poker event. Ellix Powers
I'm all in.
is going to go all in with his short stack Jack 9 suited. That raises a lot of eyebrows at the table. David Chiu will fold. John Hennigan has suited King 4. And he's in. Over to Patty Gallagher. Not a lot of chips in front of her either, and she'd love to play that ace.
Sure she does. The problem is she doesn't have many chips left. She's seen everybody and their brother come in before her, so the ace-7 doesn't look quite as good.
She'll eat it. Next to act will be Jim McManus, and with Ellix Powers all in, I'm sure he'd love a piece of it.
Oh, he'd love to be the person who takes out Ellix. 6-2 offsuit's not really good cards to do it. However, he's going to come on in.
Plus, McManus in the small blind will play for half price. All right, then to Antran, also an offsuit 6-4.
And he's in the big blind and can play for free. Doesn't have to put any more money in.
5 to our flop. And Sjovic picks up top pair with the queens. And he will check.
I'm gone, man.
Ellix not too confident in his jack high. Now to Johnny World.
Oh, you're right. If you're trying to finish your drink, Lon, you really don't think you're going to last much longer.
That's a good sign. He'll bet 6,000 with a pair of fours. McManus will be a spectator as Ellix's fate is determined. To Tran, he's reaching for chips, and he'll call.
Hennigan with the better hand with the higher kicker than Tran.
Action over to Shovik.
Sure he's been here all day?
Norwegians are quiet people. And he throws in his 2 queens. Wow.
Fun. Hey, you're in a good tournament, man.
Man, when you start to shake hands with tournament director Matt Savage, you must know you're going out of here.
Turn is an 8. More chances for Ellix.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ellix should stick around. He can still make a straight with a 10. He can still win this thing with a jack or a 9 also. We're going to see more of Ellix, I think.
All right, in the hand with Tran and Hennigan. Everyone checks. To the river we go. And now the river card, it's an ace, and Hennigan has the best hand.
Oh, well, I believe Ellix knows the way out. I think he made a lot of friends, though, Lon.
He did indeed. Tran checks and Johnny checks. They show their cards. Hennigan says to Tran, I got you beat, but more significantly, Ellix Powers eliminated.
God loves you, man. Have a good time. Enjoy your money.
He is a colorful part of the poker fabric. You gotta love him or you hate him, but always very interesting.
Do I get any money here? Do I get any money?
Spend that 40,000 wisely, Ellix.
What do I get?
Hey, buddy, come on in.
Take him out.
Hennigan took the hand, but I bet McManus is happiest to see Ellix leave the building for good this time.
The World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions, an ESPN special event. 9 of the world's top rounders will be chosen to ante up for $2 million.
Well, I walk into the room, passing out $100 bills on in this town.
Winner.
Here comes the river card.
Take
the full house. And that is it. Wow.
The World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions. Tuesday, September 21st at 9 p.m. Only on ESPN. Deal.
The Toyota Points Leader is brought to you by Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized.
Here's a look at our Toyota Player of the Year leaderboard, topped by Men Win. John Joanda's had a strong World Series in 4th place, and Joe Awada with 1 bracelet is in 7th place. It's another busy day here at the Horseshoe. Just starting up in the outer tables is the $3,000 no-limit hold'em tournament. Among the players, Daniel Negreanu, who is currently ranked 2nd in total points. 9-time champ Johnny Chan has had a slow World Series thus far, but he's always a factor and should be primed for the upcoming main event. And there's Annie Duke, fresh off winning her first bracelet in the Omaha High-Low event. She's making a nice run right now. Annie has added interest in this event as her protege, movie star Ben Affleck, is playing a few tables away. Ben has become quite an accomplished poker player and perhaps Mr. Hollywood looking to conquer Vegas.
I would have won the tournament. I probably still will win eventually.
It's just like having the chips on deposit.
Exactly. It's a loan, I figure.
Back now at our $5,000 championship table of Limit Hold'em.
The superstar is gone.
She talking about Ben Affleck or Ellix Powers?
Right now they have the same star power in the room, I think.
Raise it.
And with 2 queens, Patty Gallagher will raise it. McManus folds. It's 12,000 to Tran. He will fold as well. Now to Jan Shovik.
I'm telling you, Lon, I was watching a Boston Marathon a number of years ago. A woman joined it in mid-race and won.
He's been here the whole time.
He has not.
He's been here the whole time. And Shovik will call the 12,000. David Chiu with a King Jack.
Got a lot of these type of hands today.
He'll call. So 3-way action on the flop and a straight draw for David Chiu. Gallagher to act first.
All you can eat.
Well, with her last 4,000, she is all in. Shovik will call. He's got nothing but an ace. And David Chiu calls as well.
Yeah, it doesn't cost either one of them that much to try to take her out. Patty not out of the clear yet. Shovik can still make a straight or a flush or an ace would beat her. Chiu can still make a straight with a 9 or a king would beat her.
And the river card is a 2, and Patty Gallagher will win this hand.
The Jan and David could create a side pot. Jan has checked. Now David has checked. There will be no side pot. They will turn their cards over, and Patty will see she's survived.
Yeah! Come on, get it! Go, Patty G!
Well, Patty Gallagher risks everything, triples up, and lives to tell the tale. Some call her Machine Gun Patty, but she prefers another nickname.
Go, Patty.
They call me the bitch.
The bitch.
With a capital B. I talk the talk and I walk the walk. So nobody can bully me around.
I thought you were going to tell me you love me or something.
I'm the only female on the table. It's always guys and me.
I'll buy you a lap dance.
I just play the game, their game. No, you're not talking to a lady. Go to church if you want to find a lady.
After a nice win, Patty G's still at the table, always a dangerous player. The players are already in action at this championship table. Jan Sjovic has put all his chips at risk and leads the hand with a pair of jacks. John Hennigan can get a straight and a win if an 8 or 3 comes on the river. Here comes the river card, and it is a 3. Johnny World takes the hand. Jan Sjovic eliminated in 6th place, and he will win just over $50,000.
Yeah, you're right.
Johnny World continues to add to his chip leadership, $310,000 now. There, the first prize money over $325,000 to the winner of this championship table, Limit Hold'em. And we are down to 5. David Chiu has won a Limit Hold'em bracelet twice over his career at the World Series. He is the short stack, and with a Jack 9 suited, he will throw his last 15,000 chips into the pot. To Patty Gallagher now, and she's got a couple of 7s in the pocket.
So she's probably going to want to play. She's in the small blind, and David's only in for 15,000, so it doesn't cost her much more.
She does call, and those are the hole cards of Jim McManus, Queen 4 suited.
And he's in the big blind already, so it'll only cost him 7,000 more to play, so he will. And now we will have a side pot between Gallagher and McManus with David Chiu's tournament fate to be decided.
All right, 3-way flop now. And there's a 7 in there, and Gallagher rewarded big time.
That's bad news for David Chiu, and now Gallagher checks her set of 7s, trying to trap McManus. He checks, however, as well.
All right, now the turn card. It is an 8, and David Chiu gets a little help.
Yes, he does. He can still stay alive here. He can make a flush. He can also make a straight with a 6. Meanwhile, Patty's going to try to take some chips from James McManus.
Patty Gallagher has put 16,000 chips in the pot. McManus now with a decision. He'll fold. So now David Chiu and Gallagher go to the river. The only thing that can save David Chiu now is a heart or a 6.
And the rest of the table would love to see Chiu gone. He has more World Series bracelets than the rest of the table combined.
3 to be exact. And here comes the river card. No heart for David Chiu. Patty Gallagher wins another hand. And David Chiu shows even the best players don't get the cards every time. 5th place for David Chiu.
Honor to play with you, David. You honor to play with you.
Flexing her muscle, Patty Gallagher.
Johnny? Watch out.
Everybody better watch out.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Miller High Life. To live simply, proudly, boldly, manly. This is the High Life. And in part by Levitra. Ask your doctor about it today. Levitra, when it counts. And Harrah's Entertainment.
We are now down to 4 players at this championship table of the Limit Hold'em event. $5,000 the buy-in. The betting limits now have been raised, $10,000 and $20,000. Jim McManus, the short stack at the table with an ace-5. We'll bet $20,000. Tran and Hennigan fold. To Patty Gallagher, suited 10-9, she'll call.
It's man versus woman again. We've been seeing this ever since, I remember Adam and Eve got into an acey-deucey thing that took up a good chunk of their marriage, Lon.
And trip 10s for Gallagher. Wow.
Once again, she has 3 of a kind on the flop. Once again, she has checked, trying to trap Jim McManus, as she did when she had the set of 7s. And this time, she's got to take her. Last time, she couldn't get him to bite. This time, she's got him hook, line, and sinker.
He bets, she calls. McManus needs runner, ace for a miracle win, but it's not to be. It's a 5 on the turn.
And Gallagher once again checks.
It's 10 now?
Oh, it's getting worse for McManus. He's going to bet. At this point, she can clean him, fillet him.
Raise it.
Raise him, put him on the grill at $425. He doesn't have many chips left, Lon. He's just got to call it and turn over and see the awful, awful fate.
Oh.
Patty Gallagher has drawn out Jim's last 40,000 chips, and he's stunned to see what he's up against.
What's my out? I don't see an out.
If you can't see an out, that must mean you're on your way out.
And he is indeed. The river card is meaningless, except it's the last one Jim McManus will see.
You're awesome. It's privilege playing
Fun
with
to
you.
play with you, John.
He'll take 4th place and $70,000.
Good luck.
Patty Gallagher, once down to her final 16,000, is now one of our final 3.
Where's that camera?
And a 4th.
Down to 3 players here in the limit hold'em.
Well, let's check back in with the outer tables, and it looks like actor Ben Affleck has had his run for the day and busted out.
He's out. He got knocked out. You know, it doesn't mean he's bad. And he's a good player. It's hard to win one of these things. You know? I have confidence he'll do it someday if he plays more of them.
Still alive in the field is Phil Hellmuth.
He's a self-described master at reading other players, and we explore that in this edition of The Nuts.
We play poker all day long, and we have to sniff out whether people are bluffing or not.
You had queens, didn't you, buddy?
In general, if you want to find out who's the best in the world at determining when someone is lying, see the top poker players in the world.
Since I consider Phil to be one of the top poker players in the world, we decided to put him to the test, a lie detector test, with me.
I'm ready.
All right, true or false? I have been married 4 times, but only to 3 different women.
True.
Thanks for the compliment, but it's false. How could I get 3 different women to marry me? I quit betting sports 20 years ago after 1 week in which I lost every baseball wager I made.
True.
You are correct. That was a bad week.
Next, new one.
In my high school senior class voting, I finished runner-up in the most likely to succeed category.
What the heck is going on here? These are so obscure. You can see this.
Take a look at it. What, is there some tell on the printout?
False. Okay, go to a new one. False. Go to the next one. It's true.
I got him on tilt. He has no idea what to think.
I'm on tilt. I'm starting to pick up something anyway. Next, new one.
As a child, I traveled to more than 100 dog shows as my father showed our Siberian Husky. That is unfortunately true.
I'm getting everyone wrong. This is frustrating. I give up. You win this round.
Okay.
Well done.
Phil couldn't get a read on me, Lon. You know, I used to wear a mood ring, but it was too much of a tell.
True?
Yeah.
We continue 3-handed toward a championship, and Tran with a Jack-10 in the hole. He throws in 20,000. John Hennigan folds to Patty Gallagher. 7-5 suited.
And from the big blind, she'll call the raise.
And Tran won a bracelet back in 91, pot limit Omaha. Here's our flop, 8-9 ace. Both get straight draws.
They're both only on a draw right now, and she checks.
Over to Tran, and he'll raise 10,000.
She re-raised, and he re-raised. She tried to steal the pot off of him, and then he tried to take it right back, and neither one would let the other one go.
And the turn card is a 7. Tran got his straight, and he earns the check mark. He can only lose the hand if he folds.
Yeah, that was his joker. She checks.
Tran weighing his options. He'll bet 20,000.
Simultaneous call from her on that one.
So now we get set for the river card. It's a 5. Patty now with 2 pair, and that could be dangerous for her. She'll bet 20,000.
And I can't blame her, Lon. The way this hand is played out, she's got to believe 2 pair is best.
Right.
And he will raise to 40. And that raises eyebrows.
Ooh, she gave him the ushka look.
Patty calls, and now she sees the straight that beats her. And she sends a lot of her chips over to Tran, who becomes the new chip leader. Over 400,000 for Tran, and for Machine Gun Patty, she's running out of bullets. Welcome back to the Horseshoe Casino. It has been a whirlwind of a night here at the championship table. Just 3 players remain in contention for the gold bracelet and $325,000. John Hennigan, Tran, and Patty Gallagher. A gold bracelet and $325,000 to the winner. Patty Gallagher with King Queen unsuited bets $20,000 over to Ann Tran.
You lost all your chips?
Yeah, with Anton trapped me.
Yes, he did indeed. And he comes in with a 6-5, couple of hearts. And now the flop. Wow, Tran runs the board and flops a straight.
He flops the nut straight and he checks it, trying to trap her.
And Tran has an unbeatable hand right now. Of course, Patty doesn't know that, and she'll bet.
She steps right on in. And he'll just call.
And now the turn card. Wow, what a hand. And it's a 10 of clubs. Patty doesn't know she's drawing dead. No chance right now.
And Tran's still in trap mode, and she's still bluffing at this pot.
$20,000 from Gallagher.
Hey, she did this before to McManus. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, or whatever a gander is.
It's a raise from Ann Tran. Not much left for Patty Gallagher. And she's going to put it all in. And now she sees it's official.
And it's like he's standing up over his conquered victim.
Ann Tran built the perfect trap and got all of Patty Gallagher's chips into the pot.
I had no shot.
And she is right. She'll finish in third place. Been a very entertaining player here at this championship table.
Oh, that was sweet. That's really sweet in the pot.
Well, at least she's handling it with some grace.
She'll take home over $91,000 for her third place.
You know what, y'all?
Oh, you got to give her 2 thumbs up. Booyah! Or some other digit.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
It was a good ride. Yeah, it was a good ride anyway.
Yeah, it was.
It was good ride. I had fun.
Congratulations. Don't feel too great, but congratulations.
No,
Johnny World has a nice diplomatic air to him.
Great time. I had a
tough
great
guy.
time.
And now he's ready to go heads up with Ann Tran. Each looking to earn their second World Series of Poker championship bracelet. And as tradition dictates, the winner's share is on the table with the players. And we'll note the levels have been raised, $15,000, $30,000. Hennigan will be first act.
He'll be first act when he's good and ready.
He is ready now with an ace-9 unsuited.
Should note that Ann Tran has done the most with the least today, Lon. Not a hair out of place, not a false move, just solid poker. And he's going to raise right here.
Tran has a king-queen unsuited. And now action over to Johnny World, and he'll call.
Both these players, Lon, very quiet at the table. They just like to take care of business. Frankly, I think they prefer to play without the TV cameras here.
And the flop, 2-7-2. Hennigan's ace still rules the day.
Not a whole lot there for either one to really get excited about.
And Tran will bet $15,000. Johnny World with the call.
Just a flick of the wrist. Economy of motion.
And the turn card is a spade. Now each player with a very strong spade draw.
Well, Johnny with the better one with the ace. Tran will bet again as he did in the previous round. That's impressive, Lon. Somehow, Johnny World knows that he has both the better hand right now and the better draw. The ace spade draw to the king spade draw, and he has raised.
And Ann Tran has now called.
I don't know how he can know he had the better hand there.
He's Johnny World, the river, another spade, and this should be good. Johnny World.
That's interesting, because they both made the flush, and Tran is going to bet as he should. He's got the second best flush you could have. Only an ace flush could beat him.
And Johnny World Hennigan has that better flush.
Right. So Johnny raised, but now Tran, convinced that his king flush is good enough, has re-raised, and that actually is going to make Johnny go, huh, is it possible that Tran has a full house, the only thing that beats me? So he'll just call.
And now the cards come over. You got a king flush and an ace flush that wins it for Johnny World, and Ann Tran can't believe it.
That's a backbreaker for Tran. He lost almost all his chips.
And there's Min Win toasting Johnny World after that most important win so far at this championship table.
They are kindred spirits, both like to drink while they play.
And there you look at all that Ann Tran has left after taking that crippling beat at the hands of Johnny World, $15,000 in chips.
Right now, look poker.
And he'll now put them in the dark, all in.
And Johnny World will call in the dark, too. Ellix Powers would love this, Norm.
How'd I play it? How would you have played it? I moved in, man.
No other way, so they'll just flip the cards over.
Well, Tran's got the better hand to start. He's got to like that.
A queen high for Tran. And, of course, all in with that $15,000. Tournament life at stake. Johnny World has the upper hand on winning his second bracelet. The flop, and is that a fat lady I hear singing in the background, Norm?
Yes, she's striking up the band. Hennigan's jacks are a 3-1 favorite over Tran's sevens.
And the turn is a 6, no help.
And now only a queen or 7 will deny John Hennigan his second bracelet.
And there you go. Johnny World Hennigan has won this Limit Hold'em Championship. He held the chip lead for most of the tournament, and his final victim was Tran.
He survived Ellix Powers, Patty Gallagher, and a marathon day.
John Hennigan earns his second gold bracelet, but only after he survived a crazy day here at the Horseshoe.
You call me with a jack high?
You're disrespecting the game.
You're gonna bust me?
I promise you.
You survived the storm that was Ellix Powers
Yes.
when he was at the table.
He was a lot of fun. I'd love to play with guys like that. I mean, a lot of people thought what he was doing was like crazy.
Hey, God loves you, man. Have a good time. Enjoy your money.
I like guys like that.
The former pool hustler proved that he's mastered a new game after a fierce battle at tonight's final table.
Like after 24 hours of play, I'm happy to be sitting here with the big prize.
This is all I've ever wanted.
For Norm and Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. We'll see you next time from the World Series of Poker.